So it's no secret that manga has been destroying American comics. They've completely overtaken the Western market. And I would suspect that things are going to continue to get worse for DC and Marvel when it comes to book sales. Movies, video games, toys, all that stuff's doing well, but the core product is not doing well. Time after time after time, month after month after month. The top 20 graphic novels, they don't lie. All manga. I've went over this just about every month when the charts drop. I go over it, and it's hilarious to me. Like there's no reason they couldn't tell good stories and be in on these charts, but they refuse to do it. Instead, they take lazy directions. A few weeks ago, DC Comics revealed that Robin, not Robin the Mantle, but Tim Drake Robin, is bisexual because they don't know what to do with him. they have no idea what to do with him. They're doing stuff with Damian, with Dick Grayson, with Jason Todd, but what do we do with Tim Drake? So they say, hey, we can get some publicity and we'll just have him swing both ways. The problem is it doesn't last very long. So I just looked up Robin DC Comics. You could see one day ago they were talking about Batman's next Robin wants the job more than any other version. They're already talking about bringing in another Robin. And you got respect for the female Robin. She was Robin for like 5 days, by the way. Spoiler. It's Tim Drake's long-term on and off girlfriend, by the way. Harley Quinn wants to be Batman's next Robin. That's a stupid idea. Stupid idea. My point here is that Robin's little outing is, last time it was making headlines, a month ago. It's already died out. No one is talking about it. And it carries over. What are they talking about? If you look up Batman, 4 hours ago, some Batman FaZe Clan crossover. Literally doing the cheapest shit they can do to promote comic books. FaZe Clan, for real. No one that watches FaZe Clan is going to go buy Batman comics. But hey, I guess they're trying. Instead of telling good stories, cheap gimmicks. Look up DC Comics. What's the first result? Substack moves on Hollywood with top Marvel DC writers targeted. That's a big problem for comic book industry. But the reason I'm talking about this is I want to talk about the long-term writer of Robin. So Chuck Dixon has pretty much come out and gave his 2 cents on this. And I thought it was worth going over because Chuck Dixon is a legendary comic book writer. And while he didn't create Tim Drake Robin, he fleshed him out. He wrote like 100-something issues of Robin, really developed Tim Drake. And I would say, this is the guy that really put his mark on that character. And he has a lot of interesting things to say about what DC Comics is doing. So I thought we would go over. He literally destroys the reasoning for doing this. So let's go over what he actually said. This is summed up from this YouTube video. His channel is just Chuck Dixon. If you want to give him a subscription, he puts out regular videos and they're usually pretty informative. I'll link this video in the description for you guys. But he basically talks about, why is he talking about this? Well, it's because he wrote over 100 issues of Robin. But I want to discuss his opinion on here. So Dixon then went on to discuss the retcon. He explained Robin is an iconic character. He's been around forever. I'm not surprised by what happened because this is what they do. It's disappointing more than anything else. He continued, because why couldn't they just create a new character instead of leaning into a question that has existed for the Robin character almost since his creation, thanks to gentleman Frederick Wertman, who introduced the idea that there might be some sort of subtext to Batman and Robin, and now they've basically confirmed. That's, of course, talking about the old 1960s Batman and Robin, which, there was some subtext there for sure, and it was kind of goofy. I remember an episode where Bruce Wayne was going to go on a date with some girl, And Dick Grayson is standing next to him. He's like, Bruce Wayne has to go out for a date tonight, but he's not going alone. And then the next scene was like them sitting next to this girl. It's like, what is this? Why would you take him on a date with you? But this isn't the same. This is the comics, and the comics were kind of goofy for a while, but they changed all of that with like Frank Miller and stuff like that. But anyway, I digress. For what reason, I have no understanding. It's a cynical marketing ploy because it brings attention to the title. What it will not bring to the title is increased sales because these things never work that way. And he's absolutely 100% correct. Like I just showed you in Google searches, it's not even being talked about anymore. Nobody cares about it anymore. But, it did get them about a week of marketing. And he's absolutely correct, too. It won't increase sales. This isn't going to really get anybody to jump up. And I've mentioned this in a previous video where I said, like, I really don't get the point of this because the people that they're trying to get interested in the comics aren't going to come buy these anyway. They'll probably pirate the book, read it, talk about it on Twitter, and then that's it. I don't even think anybody's talking about this anymore on Twitter. It's a terrible marketing ploy that just irritates long-term fans because, like he says here, there have always been gay characters in American comics since the 80s. It's not a new thing. It's not stunning and brave. It's changing things for the sake of changing them. I mean, what's next? Hal Jordan is a cannibal. What are they going to do next? This has been the flavor of the month for almost 3 decades. He goes on to say, I don't think there's any real good reason for this beyond a simple marketing ploy. Like I said, these marketing ploys, they don't work. They're not effective. They don't raise sales, but they raise interest from the media and from the peers within the industry, which I guess is the point, to get your back slapped at an editorial meeting or possibly to get an interview with Vanity Fair. Maybe your name might get mentioned on CNN, he said. By the way, I've read most of these comics that are being showcased on this article. I was reading Batman and Robin at the time, and Chuck Dixon's run was really good. He really made this character who he is today. I got to be honest. Dixon continued, but I think the vast majority of the American public has no idea who Tim Drake is. So now Robin is gay because they don't know the difference, which is true. That's the way a lot of the outlets were covering it. They were saying Robin is this way, and some of them even used pictures of Dick Grayson Robin, the original Boy Wonder. There's 4 Robins right now running around. I think 5 maybe. Let's see, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne, and spoiler is spoiler. So yeah, there's 5 of them running around. They all have their own distinct identities, except for Tim Drake, who runs around as Red Robin. I think they even took the Red Robin out of it, and they just have him be Robin. So there's 2 Robins, because the main Robin book, and I know this sounds confusing, is Damian Wayne. So a lot of people are going to pick that book up and say, what is going on? Because Tim Drake Robin doesn't even have his own ongoing book. They've literally had no idea what to do with this character for years. And okay, well, we can do this for some quick marketing. Instead of making a new character, developing a new character, which nobody has a problem with it. Apollo and Midnighter have been gay for years. Batwoman has been gay for years. Nobody cares. But people do recognize this for what it is: cheap marketing. So they don't know that there's a difference. There's been 3 versions of Robin or 4 or 5 versions of Robin. They just know Robin and the Boy Wonders. So they're thinking Burt Ward and Adam West, and now Robin is into guys. But at the end of the day, it's just lazy writing. It's like when they used to kill characters to get interest in them, and that was the only idea that they had for a long time. Now they delve into characters' sexual proclivities. And he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. He goes on to say a little bit more here. Basically talks about how in comics, comics are about capes and crime fighting. So basically when they do this, it's for an in between the panels thing. It's almost like it's some kind of just cheap trick for these writers. And is that what people really want in their representation? Cheap tricks? it's just strange to me. So I saw a lot of people making big deal about this, and it's like, you know, in a month, no one's going to be talking about it. All it's going to do is just lead to less sales. And it's like, I don't get it. I mean, I'm not saying these characters shouldn't exist. I'm not saying there shouldn't be, you know, LBGT characters in comics, but just make what, instead of retconning stuff, make new characters. They can thrive. Batwoman is quite successful. Midnighter and Apollo, from last time I checked, were in Superman's that War World book. I think that's where they're at now. You know, there's ways to do it. But hey, keep doing tricks and quick marketing tactics. You don't see any of this with manga, and manga has all of these things. There's literally a book for everybody over here. And they don't have to do retcons and stuff like this to get sales going. So Chuck Dixon absolutely destroying what DC Comics is doing. And it's a shame, you know. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Also, if you will, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.